New at 11.
A deadly accident on Dixie Highway involving a car and a man crossing the street.
We could probably link 8 to 10 burglaries to the same individual.
Nearly a dozen burglaries all in the same neighborhood, and the crook only has eyes for one thing: your silver. Plus, a deadly drug out of Russia now killing people in the U.S. Or is it? The troubleshooter finds answers.
Really no way to pinpoint exactly why we had that deficiency.
And it's the season of giving, but local charities say they're getting much less than what they need.
Live in high definition, this is Wave 3 News.
Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Shannon Cogan. Scott Reynolds has the night off. Our top story tonight, you see them working on the side of the road and are urged to slow down. Tonight, one of those workers is hit and killed. This happened in southwest Jefferson County on Dixie Highway near the Cosmosdale Cement Factory. Police say the man was trying to stop traffic to allow a piece of construction equipment across the road just before 8 o'clock tonight when another man driving a pickup truck hit him, killing the worker instantly. Police say the driver stopped and that despite the victim wearing a reflective jacket and holding up a stop sign, the truck driver just did not see him in time to avoid hitting him. Police are still reconstructing the scene, but no charges are expected. A former Pleasure Ridge Park High School student is behind bars tonight, charged in the murder of a Kentucky convenience store clerk. Wave 3 News reporter Connie Leonard has the story. Connie, police arrested him this afternoon.
They did, Shannon. As police began investigating the murder, they had good surveillance photos of the person of interest, and they began circulating those photos throughout the Lexington force. A police officer who happened to be on duty working a detail at the Fayette Mall spotted 18-year-old Travis Michael Brethold among the shoppers. That officer knew there was a warrant out for Brethold and cuffed him right in front of Christmas shoppers, including the person who snapped this photo. Investigators say Brethold went into the Lexington Marathon station and demanded money from 51-year-old Mukeshbu Patel. The store's owner says before his clerk even had time to react, Brethold shot and killed him. He has no idea why. The former PRP high school student most recently attended Lexington's Bryan Station High. On his Facebook page, Brethold posted several pictures of guns and cash and claimed to sell drugs for a living. Of course, that was until his arrest today. He is now charged with murder and robbery. Shannon?
All right, Connie, thanks. Surveillance cameras catch the image of a man accused of holding up a cash advance store at gunpoint. They hope it brings in tips to catch him. Here's a closer look. Investigators say this man hit the First American Cash Advance Monday on Preston Highway and that he pointed a handgun at an employee, but he ran out the front door without getting any money. If you recognize this person, please give police a call. Imagine setting your holiday table only to find your expensive silver is gone and you have no idea when it was stolen. New at 11, police believe this man is behind nearly a dozen burglaries in Lexington, and he just passes over iPads, TVs, even jewelry.
What's even more common is they've gone after silver julep cups. In this particular burglar, they took 10 silver julep cups and took 16 sets of good silver.
In that last heist, police say the thief and his accomplice stole between $20,000 and $30,000 worth of silver. A man who worked with children out of not one but two jobs tonight. Police say Hardin County public school teacher Edwin Bonet Ruiz admitted to an inappropriate relationship with a female student. Wave 3 News reporter Theo Keith says administrators fired him today. Theo, where else did he work?
Well, Shannon, Bonet Ruiz was the Spanish pastor at Abundant Life Church in Radcliffe until today when church leaders fired him. It ends a day when he lost not only 2 jobs, but now faces 2 felonies.
He was arrested for an incident, not for any prolonged activity.
Hardin County administrators spent part of Tuesday explaining why they fired their Central Hardin High School Spanish teacher, Edwin Bonet Ruiz. E-Town police arrested him Monday after a 14-year-old student said Bonet Ruiz hugged and kissed her during school hours last Thursday and also had inappropriate contact with her on Facebook. Police say Bonet Ruiz admitted to all of it.
We believe that we need to send a very strong message in any actions that we take and we have sent that message.
Bonet Ruiz has been a Hardin County teacher since 2000 with a clean record. He's worked at the Abundant Life Church in Radcliffe for even longer, 18 years.
If he was Spanish pastor as of yesterday, has anything changed today?
The associate pastor told me on the phone that church leaders revoked Bonet Ruiz's credentials earlier Tuesday, saying that the 300 church members are in shock. Bonet Ruiz posted bond Tuesday. We found someone at his home outside Radcliffe, but no sign of Bonet Ruiz. At the school district, administrators say they acted quickly and correctly to fire him.
I think our parents have the utmost confidence in our teachers, and they see this as an isolated incident.
And so Hardin County school administrators will send this letter home to parents tomorrow explaining the situation to them. Bonet Ruiz faces charges of sexual abuse and unlawful abuse of electronic means to induce a minor. Both of those are felonies. Theo Keith, Wave 3 News.
We already have a number of delays at districts all over Kentucky for tomorrow because of the winter weather. We'll have them running at the bottom of your screen, but you can also find them anytime on wave3.com. Look under the weather tab. And we've had a few snow days here for kids, but students in Brown County, Indiana have not been to school since last Thursday. Think about what those parents are dealing with. Of course, the county has a lot of hills there. Buses run on gravel roads. Drivers say those can stay treacherous with the ice and snow longer than the paved roads. And no more snow for now, but get ready to bundle up even more. It's going to get chilly. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harned joins us now. How cold will it be when we wake up, Kev?
Yeah, just take a look at where we are now, Shannon, and imagine dropping that temperature even more. Let me show you Paoli, Indiana, for instance, 10 degrees. So many areas across southern Indiana will be dropping into the single digits. Bedford not much better at 12. Austin, Indiana, 13. Where you have the heaviest snowpack, that's where you have the coldest temperatures, ranging from 16, 17, from Seymour to North Vernon and down to our south. We find ourselves in the mid-20s. A very cold night is underway, and that's going to make for a cold start to your Wednesday as well. Notice those temperatures down to about 15 here in the city. Colder wind chills, in fact. I've given it a yellow light simply because of some of those slick spots up to our north on the untreated roads. And on the way for tomorrow afternoon, we'll only warm into the mid-30s, and it's going to turn into another cold night. The coldest is not tonight, Shannon. I'll show you when in just a few minutes.
Oh, I don't know if I want to know, Kevin. Thanks. It has been a tough season for charities, which often rely on the spirit of giving this time of year to help others. A lot of nonprofits are reporting that donations are down this year. Wave 3 News reporter Katie Bauer looked into why this might be. Katie is live at the Salvation Army. And is there a clear answer as to why, Katie?
There isn't a clear answer, but if the holidays snuck up on you, you are not alone. A lot of the organizations we talk to hope the donations will sneak into. At the home of the innocent, 16-year-old Lauren rides a specialized tricycle that gives her a form of exercise she may never have known if it wasn't for donations.
What our kids are really looking for is hope, and community support helps them provide that hope. Community support helps us deliver the 84 different programs that we do here annually and helps keep those programs going every year.
Robin Miller, Vice President of Resource Development, says monetary support has been coming in slower, but this year has been especially challenging because of the changes in health care.
We rely on the community dollar to help us close the gap of what's not covered by the government. So if a child comes in here and we only get reimbursed up to a certain point, we're not going to compromise our care for our children.
Over at the Center for Women and Families, their holiday push is also coming along slowly, but they're not worried.
It's a shorter time period between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. I think there was we had an extra week last year, so that probably plays into the fact that there's sort of coming in a little later.
They're halfway towards their goal of buying $1,025 gift cards for their shelter clients.
We serve 500 individuals through the gift card program. We have 100 individuals who will be in any of our shelters at any given time, and we're always full.
The Salvation Army has seen better years for donations. While fewer children were signed up for the Angel Tree program this year, 1,000 more were left over at the end of the campaign than years past. The short shopping season is partially to blame.
I think you can also factor in weather. That certainly hurt us in the last week, although we did see a nice little push those final couple of days over the weekend at the malls.
Another thing the weather has hurt is the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Drive. The donations are collected through Christmas Eve, but at this time, only 30% of the shifts are filled. So if you can help, give Salvation Army a call. Reporting live tonight, Katie Bauer, Wave 3 News.
Well, like Katie just said, the Salvation Army still needs help making some Christmas dreams come true. Wave 3 News had its annual Angel-a-thon today, and listen to this, we raised $64,000 in just one day. Because of the weather this morning, though, Wave 3 News is extending our Angel-a-thon into tomorrow. From 6 a.m. to noon, you can call 571-3333 to pledge money to help needy children have a Merry Christmas. And thanks to several area Walmarts, the deadline for adopting angels has also been extended. You now have through Thursday to adopt an angel at these Walmart locations: Hurstbourne, Westport Road, Middletown, and Bashford Manor. And for all that she does in the community, a special recognition for Wave 3 News anchor Dawn G. Dawn was awarded this tonight at the Project One Incorporated Awards of Excellence banquet. Project One places students in meaningful summer jobs. This is the 28th year for the event, and meteorologist Brian Good was also there tonight serving as MC. Still to come on Wave 3 News, it's been called the world's deadliest drug, but the Wave 3 troubleshooters found out if crocodile is really invading Kentuckiana, despite what your Facebook feed or even network news shows are saying. And Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett will be back with more on that deep freeze we'll see overnight.
Now, streaming live on mobile, this is Wave 3 News at 11.
It's a Russian heroin knockoff with a terrifying reputation for rotting the flesh of the people who use it. And it's in the U.S. and Kentuckiana. At least that is what's making headlines across the country. But now a Wave 3 troubleshooter investigation uncovers those reports may be premature. Wave 3 investigator Eric Flack is here now, and Eric spoke with Metro Police and the DEA, and what did they have to say?
Well, you know, the drug itself, Shannon, is real, and so is the horrific effect it has on the body. So be warned, some of these images you're about to see are pretty graphic, but aspects of crocodile's U.S. invasion appear to be a myth, one that spread from the internet to network television.
The only thing more shocking than the news reports.
It's been coming into the United States from Russia. It's growing in popularity across the country.
And it literally rots the flesh of the user from the inside out.
Are the pictures that go with them.
New lethal drug, crocodile.
Crocodile, known for the reptile-like sores addicts get, was created by drug users in Russia as a cheap alternative to heroin. They make it by mixing codeine with stuff like gasoline, paint thinner, and hydrochloric acid.
Have I heard other people say that it's here? Yes.
Lieutenant J.T. Duncan runs the major case unit for the LMPD Narcotics Division. He said there were rumors ER doctors at University Hospital treated a crocodile user back in September. But Duncan said he has yet to see any hard evidence the drug is in our area. And University Hospital now tells Wave 3 News the story circulating about the crocodile case there was unfounded. There have been crocodile cases reported in other states as well, including a supposed case in Oklahoma that even made news overseas.
The Oklahoma Department of Narcotics says they suspect Justin McGee and an unidentified friend died from complications of a crocodile drug overdose.
The Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics told Wave 3 News that's a total urban legend. Although friends blamed the death on crocodile, lab tests proved it wasn't.
But unfortunately, the story just continued to grow, and suddenly it was 2 cases in Oklahoma, and we were investigating. We have not had a single confirmed case.
Then earlier this month, the American Journal of Medicine removed an article on crocodile from its website. It was written by 2 doctors in St. Louis who claimed they had treated a user. The hospital told a local newspaper the article was pulled due to patient privacy concerns. But earlier, a blog from a forensic toxicologist pointed out what it saw as major flaws in the evidence used in that article. All this, as the Drug Enforcement Agency says, it has yet to confirm a single case of crocodile in the U.S. We also discovered one of the faces of crocodile may not be.
Here, Russian television news shows the devastating impact from crocodile.
Crocodile, it's extremely addictive,
but rots the body from the inside out.
Russia's deadliest drug.
We saw this man featured in report after report on crocodile. So I tracked down what appears to be the original broadcast from Russian television. And then had two Russian translators tell me what it really said.
What do they say about the drug crocodile?
Drag? No, there's no drugs in here.
No drugs?
No, this is a domestic abuse case.
Slava Nelson, the cultural arts director at the Jewish Community Center, is fluent in Russian. She watched the entire story and said the man depicted by American television as a crocodile user was actually attacked by his wife with an axe.
See, this is the blood when the EMS would take him from the stairs. None of this saying one bit of a thing about crocodile.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
When I was growing up, there was a saying, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. And I think this is a perfect example of this.
Lieutenant Duncan says any IV drug user who gets an infection from a dirty needle would get sores similar to the ones being attributed to crocodile in the U.S. And to him, it doesn't make sense drug addicts in the States would turn to crocodile. The codeine they need to make it isn't available here without a prescription. Duncan says getting it on the black market is so expensive, it would be cheaper just to buy real heroin. He doesn't think crocodile will sink its teeth into our streets, despite news to the contrary.
Is it going to happen up there? Yes. Is it going to happen a lot? No.
Is it going to be an epidemic?
No.
The American Journal of Medicine, the publication that pulled down the crocodile article from the St. Louis doctors, told me today that concerns over patient confidentiality have been addressed, and the article will be put back on the website after some editing. It will soon be posted again, the editor wrote. Not all MDs agree that this is a proven case of crocodile syndrome, but time will tell, since we will or will not see any other examples of this awful flesh-eating syndrome. So as that debate rages on, we did try to get in touch with those doctors, and one declined comment, another had moved on to another job, so we were unable to figure out where they weighed in on this debate over those specific cases.
It's unbelievable that the video that was being shown everywhere of this man who uses this drug.
Really surprising. It was really surprising, and some of the you know, the DEA says they're still investigating and they're taking it seriously, but they say we just haven't seen it.
Right.
So you would think if it were here, we would see it.
Yes, you're right.
You know.
All right, Eric, thanks.
Number one in breaking weather coverage. Here's your local forecast from Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett of the Wave 3 Storm Tracking Team.
Hi, everybody. The snow cannons are going in full force up at Paoli Peaks. They're scheduled to open this weekend, the 14th. You can check them out online, but wow, take a look. I mean, we've got the SkyTrack camera there. You can see that online as well, 24/7. Just download the mobile app or check out wave3.com, getting a nice base down there at Paoli Peaks, where they're not alone with snow cover. You'll notice from our satellite imagery earlier today, we captured the shot during the daylight, cloud-free skies, but we can see the snow on the ground just south of Louisville, parts of Nelson County, Hardin County, on to the north. You've got a nice snow cover, and that's why some of the schools in southern Indiana are still on a delay. Combine that with the temperatures, and wow, you get some cold readings. 11 degrees in Bedford right now, Paoli at 10, 13 Austin, a little warmer down to the south where there is no snow cover. Region-wide, we do have a few weather advisories across northern portions of Illinois, back out into Iowa. You'll note on the satellite radar view a little bit of snow moving across Iowa. That's going to push into northern Illinois, northern Indiana. It's not a factor for us. We're not going to see any snow tonight. High pressure is anchored in for us, and over the next several days, that's going to squeeze out any cloud cover we have. It's going to give us clear skies tomorrow with some sunshine, but still will stay below normal. By tomorrow night, we'll experience the coldest temperatures we've seen so far this season, so even colder than tonight. You can see on the futurecast a few of those clouds moving across portions of northern Indiana. We may see a few clouds in here tomorrow afternoon, but most of the snow sticking off to the north. Outside chance for a flurry here, and that's about it. I think a bigger story for us is going to be the temperature. Tomorrow morning we start out in the teens, some areas of southern Indiana in the single digits. We'll go up to a high in the mid-30s here in the city. Our temperature right now is 25, and we have a light wind. 1. Our snow today from this morning, 0.7. That brings our season total to 5.8. That's well above average. And you can see that high and low spread, only 10 degrees. We're way below normal on the high and low side. Going to stay there for several days. I want to point out a couple of things on the 14-day trend. First of all, we're in this cold wave, going to stay there until hopefully we can break into the 40s by the time the 19th, 20th, 21st roll around. Then we start to roll toward Christmas and Christmas Eve. Notice that plunge back into the teens. Well, take a look at this, and I know it's kind of a colorful mess here, but this is a GFS computer model. Here we are in Kentucky. This would be an area of low pressure, and what I'm just explaining to you is the long-range model is not only indicating the cold coming in, but quite a storm for Christmas Eve. I just wanted to show that. It will change between now and then. We'll be keeping an eye on the trends. That's the important part. 15 for the overnight low. Colder in the suburbs. Tomorrow's high 35. Can't rule out a flurry, but we'll see a partly sunny sky in the next 7 days to come. Yes, indeed, it gets colder Thursday morning. And we're back into the 30s by Friday, Saturday. Could have some light snow in here late on Friday.
All anyone's thinking about right now is a storm on Christmas Eve.
I know, right? I wanted to mention that just because it was in the long-range models there, just for fun, this far out.
Just for fun. Ha ha. All right, Ken Taylor is here right now. Pretty hot for basketball, though, Kent.
Yeah, Shannon, you see what he's doing? He's angling for more time over the next 2 weeks. That's so obvious.
Who needs basketball?
Come on, still ahead here at 11. The Hoosiers host the top three-point shooter in the entire nation, and the Cats host an unbeaten Boise State squad. Highlights from Lexington and Bloomington. Next in sports.
He's having a banner.
It's no surprise that a December 10th matchup between Boise State and UK featured an unbeaten team. What is a surprise? That team was the Broncos. John Calipari trying to avoid back-to-back losses, hosting an 8-0 Boise team. Willie Cauley-Stein with a new do. You see him there in the middle. Broncos up 14-13 off the Aaron Harrison miss. Julius Randle, the offensive board and the hoop. Cats by 1. James Young was the first half story. Randle finds him for the three. 22-14 UK. Here's a closer look at Cauley-Stein's new blonde hair. Shannon loves it. Young had 17 in the first half. Cats led it 41-31 at the break. Now in the second, Willie with one of his 9 blocks. Yeah, I think that hairstyle is here to stay. Andrew Harrison connects with Young on the lob. James had a game-high 21 points, and then off the Andrew missed free throw. Randall with the rebound and the throwdown, 17-11 for him. Cats win at 70-55. They're 8-2 at number 18 North Carolina on Saturday. Indiana also at home tonight. The Hoosiers hosting the Grizzlies of Oakland University. That is in Michigan. Oakland's Travis Bader came in just 63s away from J.J. Redick's NCAA record. Jeremy Hollowell with one of his 10 rebounds and then one of his 4 assists. Noah Vonleh slams home 2 of his 8. He also had 10 rebounds, 13-5 IU. It was 22-16 when Evan Gordon caught fire. Eric's little brother went on a personal 10-0 run. Hoosiers eventually up 32-16. Gordon could hit from the outside and the inside. IU up 50-30 at the half. And yes, Mr. Bader, he's still 60 away from J.J. Redick. He went 0 for 10 from 3. Gordon stayed hot in the second. Another 3. He hit 10 of his 12 shots, including 4 of 5 triples, finished with 26. Hoosiers win it 81-54. They're 8-2. They play Notre Dame Saturday in Indy.
And we just hope that he's okay. But
our guys really wanted to do a great job defensively, and I thought they did. I thought our defense stayed really good throughout the game.
Up next, the red-hot Pacers host the NBA champs.
Dogs. What a great way to relieve stress. Today, Bellarmine University invited some dogs from Paws with a Purpose to campus to help students get through the stress of the finals and to relax. And they also got massages. The students, not the dogs.
Yeah, that might be a little more stress relief than the dog. Maybe not.
Thanks for joining us.